Oh, never mind. Couldn't find my phone for a second. Then I'm checked in. Let's go to the crypt for a minute. So Israel did some shit that we don't particularly care for. Shame on Israel. We don't like to see Israel do these things to their Palestinian neighbors, aka the people that they stole their land from. We don't like to see that. It's not something we enjoy. You know? I'm just logging into all of my social media and stuff so that I can boot anyone that has anything goofy to say once they come in here. Okay, cool. I'm all in. Excuse me. Had Popeyes for dinner and actually did not have the chicken Sammy. Ooh, what the fuck is that? Okay. What'd I get? Ooh. Oh, this shirt is not mixing well with my green screen. I might have to change shirts because it looks weird. Doesn't it look? Yeah, it looks mad weird. I'm gonna change shirts. Actually, I'm just gonna put this hoodie on. See if this hoodie is. There we go. I want to get a green pullover hoodie. Yo, what's up, King Red? King Red X. How you feeling? Just waiting for my welcome to the cemetery. Good evening, everyone. Extremely bored? Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Well, I got about 5 minutes till my first tournament match, so I'll try to keep y'all entertained until then. Why does my feed look funny? Whoops. Funny how? Is it pixelated or is it laggy or what? What's going on? I was out here gambling. I got money to blow. You see my gold from all that combat league, that salt league. Matter of fact, let me get into a few matches so I can be warmed up before the tournament. It just cleared up, okay. Season 20. How do you get into a tournament? So every Monday night, PS4, I'm playing on PS4, and PS4 has the ESL tournament online every night, or every Monday night. There's one at 7 p.m. and there's one at 10 p.m. and you have to register before 6:45 or 9:45 respectively. And basically you go to the event. I'll show you. What you do is you go, hold on, let me make sure. Alright, what you do is you go to the events here, and like right now, this one is the one I'm in right now, but if you go down, you can find all these. Those are all the events. So these are my events. I'm sorry, I'm geeking right now. If you go to the recommended, if you play a lot of Mortal Kombat, you'll see you can go into different tournaments and stuff. Like there's Soul Calibur tournaments and stuff in here too. If you go to all, you can actually search and go down. Mortal Kombat's right there. You go by games. It's will be the games that you have. You just go to Mortal Kombat 11, and it'll show you all the tournaments that you can sign up for there. PS4. This is on PS4. Let me find some news about Israel and Palestine to look up, Wally. Uh-oh.
Kano. Koval's Coliseum.
Forgot to mute. Yeah, Xbox, since I built my PC, high key, I haven't touched my Xbox.
Round one, fight!
Right in the corner. You'll get a notification. You'll see when my tournament match pops up. It'll come up in 2 minutes. It'll give you a notification.
Fight.
Yeah, they're salty. Ah, it's a bad read.
Nice bit of tacker.
Final round, fight!
Ah, that was a bad read. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. there's my first tournament match anyway. I ended that match early, but it is what it is. I don't care. I feel like I'm decently warmed up. Do I have the VR stuff? No, I don't. It looked interesting, but the specs weren't high enough for me to... I'll just wait for the VR stuff for PS5 when I get my PS5. I would much rather either get Oculus Quest 2 for my PC or just wait for PS5 stuff, because I actually tried out oops, forgot to mute. I actually tried out the PSVR at one of the local tournaments that I won, and wasn't really into it. It's a little blurry. I have tried it, yes. Can't say I was too huge into it, unfortunately. This guy's taking his sweet time getting into this match. How about the Oculus? The Oculus looks cool. Oculus does look cool. But, I actually haven't tried Oculus yet. But, I hear good things about Half-Life Alyx, and, VR chat looks pretty fun. Looks like I could get some quality content out of that. Yeah, same. There wasn't enough content on Oculus when it first came out for me to really be interested in it, but now it seems pretty cool. And Elite Dangerous has VR, so that's cool. I already really liked Elite Dangerous with the 3 monitor setup and the, you know, the crazy maxed out field of view. But I imagine that game would be a lot better with VR. My old roommate has like a whole setup, like a flight sim setup for Elite Dangerous too. I haven't actually gotten too deep into Elite Dangerous. It looked really cool, but it's so complicated that it's really daunting. I was really intimidated by it. Like, if I could find a tutorial for like early game stuff, like basically just what to do at the very beginning of playing that game, I'd probably be able to get more into it, but blocky Nintendo textures. Who should you use? Just use whoever you're comfortable with, honestly. I main Jax. It's really, thank you for the follow, JC. I main Jax, and it's really easy to counter Jax. But I just decided to play Jax anyway because I'm only really good with Jax, and I enjoy playing as Jax regardless of if I win or lose. So. Yo, what up, numbers? My video unfocused? Yeah, it might be the connection. My connection's been weird tonight, and sometimes the connection on the other end gets a little fuzzy. Hold on. What I'll do is... Thank you for the follow, King Red X. What I want to do is while I'm waiting for this guy to get into this match, let's check out Reuters. Excuse me. Reuters refuses to load, so we'll go with something else. Oh, never mind. There he is. I guess we'll do the match first. I'll start reading the news after this match, because I thought this guy was going to take forever. Yeah, I got news about Palestine. Let me see if I can actually... let's see. Washington Post. Are they going to paywall me? Have I gotten all my free Washington Posts for the month. No, they're not going to paywall me. Okay, cool. Right on, King Red X. I appreciate you. Dude, don't shoot 718. I've never heard of this guy. I'm not going to say it's free because anybody can be good at this game. But I think I might win this first match depending on who this guy picks and how he decides to play. That is the dumbest thing ever. Oh my god. Is this guy going to try and stomp spam me? I think we got a stomp spammer. Paywalling news? Yeah, it is stupid. But those news, I only use major sites like that so that people can't, like, just because those are the quote-unquote mainstream outlets. I would use like more like socialist news and stuff like that, but I don't know. I actually might start doing that just because I get so tired of the paywalls.
You got 4 arms? I got cyber arms.
Placing you at a disadvantage.
Not if R&D did its job.
Round 1. Fight!
I'm pulling rank. You're getting shelled.
Good round. Yeah. Get flawless.
Round 2. Fight!
Ah, here we go.
Shut up in color. Cannon fire.
Finish her!
Good game.
Jax wins.
Kuma. Yeah, that was a quick one. That was a quick one. I'm good and warmed up, though. Yeah, go ahead and pick a new fighter. Don't stomp spam me. This is a tournament match. Yes, this is a tournament match.
Melina.
Uh-oh, Melina.
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
I don't think this match is going to go much better. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Let that man know he needs some more practice. Yeah.
Round 1. Fight.
I'll let him get that bullshit. Waste his bar.
I'm smoking.
Nope, right ribs going on. Good round. You goofed.
Round 2.
You don't have to use a LAN cable. It's just... You'll do way better if you use a LAN cable. Nope, don't teleport. Don't do that.
You're getting shelled.
Don't do that.
I'm pulling rank.
Bonk. Nope, don't do that. I'm gonna rip the arms off.
Finish her.
Give me these.
Brutality.
Now that's just sad.
Jax wins.
Well, that was the first tournament match. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna want the friendly. So anyway, let's check out some news. Thank you, Kuma. Thank you, Francina. So we got some news on deck. Where's my soda? Right here. Got the Popeyes large strawberry soda, you know. You're ashamed to be a Molina main, cousin that guy? Oh no, don't do that. I just there's really, I would say, two matchups where I do not do well. Obviously Cetrion is one, because nobody does well against Cetrion really. But also Kung Lao. Kung Lao is a really bad matchup against Jax, or for Jax rather. But let's check this news out. Hamas and Israel exchange rocket fire following contentious Jerusalem Day clashes. Let's watch this here.
More than 300 people.
Graphic content? Okay, never mind. We're not going to watch that. All right, so I'll just read this. Jerusalem, Israeli airstrikes killed 9 children and 11 others in Gaza on Monday, Palestinian officials said, after some of the worst clashes in Jerusalem in recent years rapidly escalated into an exchange of rockets and bombs between the militant group Hamas and the Israeli military. The Israeli airstrikes came after Hamas fired 7 rockets at Jerusalem, the first time the city had been targeted since 2014, and dozens more at southern Israel. Earlier in the day, violent clashes near Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem's Old City between Israeli police and Arab protesters left more than 300 Palestinians injured. I hope I pronounced that mosque correctly, by the way. Hamas, which controls the Gaza Strip, warned that it was prepared to escalate further by targeting Tel Aviv in addition to Jerusalem, and by the end of the night it had fired about 150 rockets into Israel, according to the Israeli military. See, and that's, I don't know if I believe that, because it's coming from the Israeli military. No fatalities were reported. In the southern city of Sderot, I guarantee I pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry, was lightly injured after his car was hit by a Hamas anti-tank missile. Israeli military spokesperson Hidai Zilberman said Israeli forces were preparing for a range of scenarios, including increased air defense and ground reinforcements. The military said its airstrikes had killed 8 Palestinian militants and destroyed a tunnel they used for attacks in Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned Monday night the terrorist organizations in Gaza crossed a red line and attacked us with missiles at the entrances to Jerusalem. Israel will respond with great force. He added, "We did not want to escalate, but those who chose to escalate will be hit forcefully." And see, I don't know, I feel like you kind of escalated when you took their land from them, but, you know, I'm just this fucking privileged American sitting on the other side of the country, on the other side of the world, you know. The exchange of fire across the Israel-Gaza border came after running clashes erupted earlier in the day among Israeli police, Palestinian protesters, and far-right Israelis around the Old City. Tensions have been rising amid a court effort by a Jewish settler group to evict 6 Palestinian families from their homes in Sheikh Jarrah, a mostly Palestinian neighborhood in East Jerusalem. 5 Israelis were wounded. See, and that's the key thing to remember here, is that they are legit just trying to kick these people out of their homes, right? 5 Israelis were wounded in the clashes, according to Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem. Among them was a 7-month-old baby who suffered a head injury after a rock was thrown at her family's car. That's very unfortunate. Among the hundreds of Palestinians injured were 7 who were hospitalized in serious condition, according to the Red Crescent. Video footage circulated on social media of Israeli police officers brutally beating a detained Palestinian man, because of course they would. Over the weekend, more than 250 Palestinians were hurt in similar clashes. In a statement, a State Department spokesman said the United States condemned the rocket attacks on Israel from Gaza in the strongest possible terms because, of course, the United States is going to support Israel. He continued, while we urge de-escalation on all sides, like you can both sides something like this, we also recognize Israel's legitimate right to defend itself and to defend its people and its territory. And how is it legitimate when you're just straight up stealing land and homes from Palestinians? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Much of the recent violence has occurred at and around the holy site known as the Temple Mount by Jews and as the noble sanctuary by Muslims. Thousands of Palestinians have sought to pray there during Ramadan, holy fasting month that ends this week. The Israelis don't want us to pray. They want to keep us from our mosque, said Ahmad, a young Palestinian man who refused to give his last name out of security concerns, standing near several Red Crescent ambulances and a line of Israeli police officers in riot gear. And that's pretty fucking gross, I gotta say. The site is also a focus of Israeli nationalists who on Monday celebrated Jerusalem Day, a national holiday often marked by provocative flag parades through Palestinian neighborhoods in the Old City. Because, of course, Netanyahu announced a last-minute decision Monday to reroute that procession, preventing what could have been even greater violence in the city. That's kind of smart. Why is Jerusalem one of the only cities in the world where Jews cannot go? If you are American, you are allowed to walk around Washington, D.C., aren't you? Asked Roger Zini, 59, a participant in the flag parade. Right-wing Israelis is like the wildest, like, it's like black people who fly the Confederate flag, or like conservative black people, or like it's like conservative Latinos. Like, it's just such a strange phenomenon to me. Zini, among the last Jewish marchers to cross a metal police barrier that temporarily blocked the parade from entering the Old City, dismissed the risk of violence, saying the Jewish marchers wanted only to reach the sacred Western Wall. If the police want to prevent violence, they should stop the violent people, not people who just want to walk, he said. Of course. In the neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah, clashes broke out Monday after a visit by far-right pro-settler politicians. Since last week, solidarity protests by Palestinians have turned into confrontations with the police. The Israeli Supreme Court had been scheduled to hear a petition to evict the Palestinian families, but the hearing was postponed. In a tour of the neighborhood, Bezalel Smotrich, guarantee I butchered that name, I'm sorry. The head of the pro-settler, well, if he's pro-settler, then fuck him anyway, religious Zionist party, blamed the recent surge in violence on Israeli politicians who are in negotiations to form a new government and are expected to invite the indirect support of an Arab party to reach a parliamentary majority. Every time Israel tries to compromise with the Arabs who deny our right to exist, terror runs wild, said Smotrich. As if, like, this is so wild. And yeah, Hassan was talking about this today. Yeah, I kind of want to check that out. Throughout the day, small-scale skirmishes broke out in and near the Old City, with Israeli police hurling stun grenades at Palestinians who were gathering on the street and chanting Allahu Akbar, Al-Aqsa Forever, and other slogans. Sheesh. The Israeli occupation forces' brutal storming and assault on worshippers in the Blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque and its courtyards is a new challenge to the international community, especially those efforts being made by the United States administration, said Nabil Abu Radine, a spokesman for Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Daniel Seideman, an Israeli lawyer specializing in Jerusalem politics, said that while neither the volatility nor the mass grassroots resistance movements are new, what has changed in this latest round of violence is that there's no responsible adult. Israel is in the midst of a years-long political stalemate that has deprived the country of a fully functioning government, he noted, while relations with the neighboring Jordanian king, who could have influence on the situation, are at a low point. In the past, Seideman said, tamping down the flames of conflict required a prime minister in Israel, which we don't have, a king who's talking to him, and a Washington that is willing to do something. For the majority of his 12 years in office, Netanyahu maintained a relative status quo on the Temple Mount, but experts say the dynamics have recently changed. Amid an increasingly dire struggle for political survival, Netanyahu has lent prominence to once fringe anti-Arab activists who vocally call for Jewish control of the Temple Mount, such as Jewish power leader Itamar Ben-Gvir. With Netanyahu's support, Ben-Gvir joined the Knesset in the last round of elections in March. In protesting the police decision to forbidding Jewish entry to the area, Ben-Gvir said he had notified Netanyahu's Likud party that he would withhold his votes in the Knesset part in the coming week. In a Facebook post, speaking amid a crowd of Jewish worshippers at the entrance to the site, he said that Netanyahu and Israel's security chiefs had surrendered to terrorists at the Temple Mount. Because, of course, that's pretty fucking gnar. Let's see if I can find... something else. Maybe we'll go to... Let's check out... no, we'll check out Jacobin. There's nothing really there. Yeah, accept the ESL privacy settings or else you're not going to be able to participate in the tournament. Yeah, I can't really find any alternative news on this topic, but needless to say, solidarity with the Palestinian people and their struggle for their right to keep their land and, you know, their culture and all that good stuff. It's a very unfortunate state of affairs. Yeah. And I genuinely hope that no one takes my criticism of Israel as anti-Semitism or a criticism of Jewish people, because I am vehemently anti-Semite. I fucking despise anti-Semitism. But yeah, the way that Israel behaves on the world stage is very imperialist and it's kind of fucking gross, and they should probably chill the fuck out with all that. Oh no, King Red X, you're fine. It's all good. Let me see. What other news have we got? Because I still got about 5 minutes till my next tournament match. Of course, Republicans and Democrats are speaking against Hamas because they're in. So the United States is always going to support Israel no matter what. Literally no matter what. Even if pogroms take place where they're just openly assaulting and killing Palestinian people in the streets, the United States will still support Israel and figure out a way to blame Palestinians for that. But yeah. So this is fucked up. What's up, MF Brandy? How you doing? I'm just reading news really quick, and I'm gonna go back to my tournament match. My next tournament match is at 10:30. So Biden said he cut down on unemployment benefits, but he really might reinstate a pre-pandemic job-seeking policy. So that doesn't sound great. It should be known that this is against the background of mass general strikes in the country of people quitting their fast food and service industry jobs because they can't secure a living wage. Meanwhile, the Democrats refuse to even act like they give a fuck about the $15 an hour minimum wage. the fight for 15 has been going on for so long that $15 an hour is now officially not enough. It should be somewhere around $20 an hour for it to be a living wage. You've seen memes about how it would require like an hour and a half's worth of work at a Wendy's to be able to afford one of the meals that you would be serving there. Just a very sad state of affairs when it comes to the state of labor in America, which is sad when you think about the history, the rich history of labor in this country. That is, you could Alki, ALKI is a good YouTuber to follow to get some history on American labor politics and such. By any chance, is it too late to register for this tournament? It is, King Red X. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till next Monday to sign up for the ESL tournament. Replaceable slaves in the form of contractors. Oh yeah, that's so that's another way that automation is going to completely destroy the relationship that people have to labor in the United States of America. With Uber being a prime example, I'm very familiar with how shady Uber is. I was an Uber driver for several years. Uber famously underpays its workers by having them listed as independent contractors, which means that they don't have to pay taxes on your behalf. You have to pay your own taxes. They don't have to provide you with benefits or sick leave or anything like that because they are providing a service to you is how it's looked at. So you as an independent contractor are buying the service from Uber. They're providing you with fares. What you would think is the actual case is that they are purchasing a service from you whereby you offer your vehicle, your time, your labor to provide rides for their fare seekers. But how it actually works is you are using the Uber service to find riders for you. So you are actually paying them. That's why it's so shitty to do them. Yep, Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, etc. But you're talking about federal jobs. Okay, yeah, see, I've never worked in the public sector, so that's something that's wholly unfamiliar to me, unfortunately. But I feel like the average person, maybe not the average person will be more in tune with stuff like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash or whatever, but that's where my realm of expertise lies, just because that's where I have been doing the most work in the last decade. Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that sort of thing. Now, the solution to things like, because I was actually part of organization, or at least attempted organization with Lyft drivers and Uber drivers. I've been shadow banned several times on Reddit for trying to meet and communicate with other drivers and organize with them, because that's also part of what makes doing organization, or at least trying to participate or help organize, so difficult, is that people are so spread out doing that sort of thing, because we aren't technically co-workers. We're all independent contractors. And Uber, in response to that level of pressure with people not wanting to drive with them for such shitty wages, has just decided to automate. So they have like self-driving cars that they're testing out or whatever now. Fed jobs contract you. Company takes about 38%, then they shaft you on benefits. Yeah, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. That's like so hyper-capitalist, and it's crazy because it's the government doing that. So it should be the opposite. I'm teaching you more than schools are. It's all good, King Red X. I try to have my platform be fun and educational and whatnot. I have my particular point of view that I think is most beneficial to workers in the United States and the world, and impoverished people and the like. Thank you, Mark, for the like. I appreciate you. And there's my tournament match. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this next match against Sassy Gamer 69. Nice. Happy birthday, Rat Daddy. Yeah, of course. Run for president in 2024? Nah. I'm actually old enough to run for president now, coincidentally, but I don't believe in... And here's where I make that hard left, no pun intended. I believe that the United States government should be abolished, personally. What up, Balenciaga?
Jade.
You did step in at a good time. It's my next tournament match. Hell yeah. Everybody wish Rat Daddy 69 a happy birthday. Please. We'll see how this match goes. The Dirty 30.
Your daughter is
Another rotation around the sun.
Glad she got something from me.
You're far too modest, Jackson.
Round 1. Fight.
I can't believe that hit me. What up, DC Metal Chris?
I'm pulling rank.
Nope, good round.
Get up in the fight.
That's crazy, Francina.
Round 2. Fight.
That's a mid.
Need a medic.
That has so much faster recovery.
Take your time getting up.
Hang on, let me try hard against this kid really quick.
Final round. Fight.
I could have swore I flawless blocked that. Nope. I did the wrong fucking move.
Jade wins.
Now I know how this kid likes to play.
Round 1, fight.
Fuck.
Good thing we're allies.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What? Fuck. Good game.
Finish him. Fatality. Jade wins.
Alright, now I can pay attention to chat. Today when I spoke to a recruiter, they laid out a whole thing about not double applying through another agency because one who can get that. So basically it's a race to the bottom for you as a contractor, but they always win because they're literally trying to see who can pay you the least amount of money and give you the least amount of benefits. That's pretty gnar. Yeah, the tax law, dude, taxes in this country are fucking insane. They take like a third of your fucking paycheck, and it's crazy. Like, okay, so there's two, you get robbed twice in America. You get robbed in two ways. Number one, you get robbed obviously because your employer is making money off of your excess value in your labor. So you're doing $50 worth of work an hour, and your employer is paying you $20 an hour and pocketing the other $30. But then out of that $20 you get, Uncle Sam comes in and takes $10 of it almost, or like we'll see like $8 of it. And for that $8 you don't get universal health care. You don't get anything towards infrastructure. You basically just get imperialism overseas so that you can get fucking like cheap blankets and shit from, you know, shit flown over from China. And then that same government will turn around and convince you that that's part of a Chinese plot to take over the American economy. It's fucking insane. It's the most insane country on the planet. Freelance entrepreneurs ain't safe. Freelance entrepreneurship is so like that shit is such a fucking meme. You have these people who like hustle culture in the United States is the biggest fucking meme ever. It's literally people like it's people convincing you. It's first of all people who are okay with being just straight up like borderline, not quite slaves. You know what I mean? Because you can stop working if you want. You'll fucking starve to death. You'll be on the street if you decide to stop working. But hey, nobody's whipping you and branding you and shit, so it's not really slavery, right? But then those same people will convince you that if you're poor, it's your fault because you should totally have like 6 fucking jobs. You should have like 2 side hustles on top of your main career and your main job. You should totally only have like an hour a day to yourself. It's the biggest mockery to the Haymarket Affair ever. And I kind of want to talk about the Haymarket Affair after this match. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about the Haymarket Affair after this match. Because it is literally the reason why we had a 40-hour work week. You got the glizzies around his neck.
Shaolin Trap Dungeon.
You don't know shit about politics, King Red X? It's cool. You don't really need to know a whole lot. You just need to know that the United States government is fucking you every which way but sideways. And there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. But thank you for the like. 60-hour work week. In China, they have the 996. You know what the 996 is? You work from 9 to 9, 6 days a week. Fucking insane, right? They got you sideways too? Yeah, that's too. This Baraka's not bad. I should have aired. He's about to flawless me. Oh, what? Oh my god. He wasted his crushing blow though.
Round 2. Fight.
Thank you, Lachelle. Very little balance? Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Vulcan? How you doing?
Fight.
Nope. Give me them guts.
Brutality.
Ooh, got some extra sausage.
Wins.
Oh yeah, corporations. Thank you, Balenciaga. He was fucking me up that first round. I had to turn around on him. Hope we got gas and chicken wings today. I wish.
Round 1. Fight.
I did get Popeyes. What the fuck is this? Just down one. The orange hoodie? Yeah.
Round 2. Fight.
My man doesn't know what to do with them command grabs.
Time's up, punk.
Just getting command grabbed left and right.
Round. Fight.
The orange hoodie and Popeyes. The Popeyes matches my hoodie. Nope, no sir. No sir. Ah. Of course, the grabs. Nope, no sir. Nope. Good game. Hot neck bones. I can't believe he didn't. I'm a fatality in behind that. Smack. Bonk. You hate to see it. He thought he was gonna win. He thought he had a W right there. And then he took an L. Bink, 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 bink. Binkity, binkity, bink. Big W's. Big W's. All right, let's talk about the... While we're talking about anti-capitalism, let's talk about the Haymarket affair. You want to see a friendship? I don't know how to do friendships. The baseball fatality is my favorite fatality as well. I love the brutalities more, but that's my favorite fatality for sure. Let me, hold up. I'll look up how to do Jax's friendship really quick, just for you. Forward, back, down, down, two. Okay. All right. Now let's check out this here. The Haymarket Affair, also known as the Haymarket Massacre, the Haymarket Riot, or the Haymarket Square Riot, or the Haymarket Bombing, was the aftermath of a bombing that took place at a labor demonstration on May 4th, 1886 at Haymarket Square in Chicago. It began as a peaceful rally in support of workers striking for an 8-hour workday. The day after, police killed one and injured several workers. An unknown person threw a dynamite bomb at the police as they acted to disperse the meeting, and the bomb blast and ensuing gunfire resulted in the deaths of 7 police officers and at least 4 civilians. Dozens of others were wounded. In the internationally publicized legal proceedings that followed, 8 anarchists were convicted of conspiracy. The evidence was that one of the defendants may have built the bomb, but none of those on trial had thrown it. 7 were sentenced to death, and 1 to a term of 15 years in prison. Illinois Governor Richard J. Oglesby commuted 2 of the sentences to terms of life in prison. Another committed suicide in jail rather than face the gallows. The other 4 were hanged on November 11, 1887. In 1893, Illinois Governor John Peter Altgeld pardoned the remaining defendants and criticized the trial. The Haymarket Affair is generally considered significant as the origin of International Workers' Day, held on May 1st, otherwise known as May Day, not Labor Day. And there is a reason why they didn't make Labor Day May 1st, is because they don't want you to know about this. And it was also the climax of the social unrest among the working class in America known as the Great Upheaval. According to labor historian William J. Adelman, no single event has influenced the history of labor in Illinois, the United States, and even the world more than the Chicago Haymarket Affair. It began with a rally on May 4th, 1886, but the consequences are still being felt today. Although the rally is included in American history textbooks, very few present the event accurately or point out its significance. The site of the incident was designated a Chicago landmark in 1992, and a sculpture was dedicated there in 2004. In addition, the Haymarket Martyrs Monument was designated a National Historical Landmark in 1997 at the defendant's burial site in Forest Park. King Red X, yeah. I'll check that out, Francina. Following the Civil War, particularly following the Long Depression, there was a rapid expansion of industrial production in the United States. Chicago was a major industrial center, and tens of thousands of German and Bohemian immigrants were employed at about $1.50 a day. American workers worked on average slightly over 60 hours during a 6-day work week. Does that sound familiar? The city became a center for many attempts to organize labor's demands for better working conditions. Employers responded with anti-union measures, such as firing and blacklisting union members, locking out workers, recruiting strikebreakers, employing spies, thugs, and private security forces, and exacerbating ethnic tensions in order to divide the workers. Should sound very familiar. Business interests were supported by mainstream newspapers and were opposed by the labor and immigrant press. That should also sound very familiar to you. Oh, nah, yeah, this didn't... So, King Red X, this didn't just happen this week, but the reverberations of this having happened echo till the present day, because I won't say we have the exact same conditions. I'll say this. History doesn't repeat, but it definitely rhymes. During the economic slowdown between 1882 and 1886, socialist and anarchist organizations were active. Membership of the Knights of Labor, which rejected socialism and radicalism but supported the 8-hour workday, grew from 70,000 in 1884 to over 700,000 by 1886. In Chicago, the anarchist movement of several thousand, mostly immigrant workers, centered about the German-language newspaper Arbeiterzeitung, Workers' Times, edited by August Spiess. Other anarchists operated a militant revolutionary force with an armed section that was equipped with explosives. Its revolutionary strategy centered around the belief that successful operations against the police and the seizure of major industrial centers will result in massive public support by workers, start a revolution, destroy capitalism, and establish a socialist economy. I wish that was what would have happened, but unfortunately that was not the case. So there was the May Day parade and such. Definitely read more about, because me just reading the Wikipedia article on the Haymarket Affair is not going to give you the full scope of this event and what led up to it and the results of the event. But suffice it to say, during this period of time, people were working long hours for shit pay, 6 days a week, 60 hours a week. And they were striking, they were demonstrating, they were doing various things to achieve the 8-hour workday, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. And this only occurred because of the amount of sheer upheaval that happened. And now, because the United States government has done such an efficient job of propagandizing its populace and eroding all these rights that workers had that were fought and died for, we now have situations where people are working 10-hour days, 6 days a week, myself included sometimes. And this is not only seen as normal, but this is encouraged by hustle culture, by these dumb entrepreneurs and people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, who want to convince you that they do the same type of hard labor that you do for like 10, 12 hours a day. But really, they just walk around and check emails. And like Elon Musk cosplays as a working class individual. He literally just goes in his factory, puts a hard hat on, and walks around with a silly look on his face, while his factory workers do all the hard-ass work, and he's threatened to take away their stock options if they try to unionize. Not many people know or understand that. Elon Musk is a fucking scumbag. Jeff Bezos, a fucking scumbag. Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision, fucking scumbag. Sorry if the ice was jingling in the mic. run for president, start a podcast, or become a news anchor? I appreciate you. I want this platform to be my podcast / news. Not just you, King Red X, but any of my new followers or viewers here. I typically read the news at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. So if you're in Illinois, that would be like 9 o'clock your time. Don't vote for me. Fucking be your own person. Fucking join a union. Fucking abolish the United States government. Abolish the police. Like, all that shit. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be your president. I don't want to be president. But 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. Weeknights, and sometimes I even stream on the weekends if I feel like gaming and playing live. I might take a day off this week. I'm still deciding which day I want to take off because I want to do some other stuff, and I'm a little tired. I want to make sure I am not getting burnt out. But yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. I read the news, any relevant stuff I hear during the day, and anything I feel like talking about. A lot of like socialist stuff, a lot of anarchist stuff. I talk about like critical race theory, labor history, all kinds of interesting stuff that I feel like will equip you with the tools to be successful in life. Thank you, CZ Lads. I appreciate the follow. But yeah, after that I play video games. On Monday nights, if I don't do that, I do what I'm doing now, which is I compete in these Mortal Kombat tournaments, and in between matches, I talk about the news and stuff, and current events and labor history and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, rotating freelance presidents, nah. What I think we should have is just a party of working class individuals that make decisions entirely democratically, of course. So like everyone, including like felons and so on and so forth, like actual democracy and not the republic bullshit we have now where only rich people get to really make decisions about things. I think that all the country's decisions should be decided by the people who actually do the hard work and float the country. You know what I mean? What a crazy idea, right? Do I have any pro tips on Scorpion and Noob Saibot? They're your mains. I honestly don't really play as them. The only pro tips I can give you on just like game sense in general is to the thing that I do. Hold on, let me go back to the game so I can show you what I do, because my tournament match is coming back up in a couple of minutes anyway. So I do a thing, it's called a stagger. This is what changed my game completely. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll go to practice mode very quickly. Hopefully I can get in there before my next match. But it's called stagger, and it's when you do a combo and you don't finish it, and it makes the other person have to guess. Endless Moxie, that's funny. So, it's a bit easier to do with Noob Saibot, I think, because he has a little bit longer combos. I'm not sure what Scorpion's combos are, but I'll do it Scorpion just to show you.
Soul Chamber.
So there is two different combos that I'll do, right? There's this here, and then there's this here. Now, typically what will happen is the person will hold block, so you'll be able to grab them out of that. So if they're still holding block, if they block that and they're still holding it, you can grab them, you can command grab them, you can set them up again for another one, and then finish it. So it's like a guessing game, but if they catch you, they can poke you out of it and do a combo, whatever they're gonna do. And there's my next tournament match. I lost my second match, right? Yeah, I lost my second match. But that's pretty much, you'll see in the course of this match. Yeah, You'll see how it goes in the course of this match. Depending on who this person picks, you might even pick up some tech playing a Scorpion or noob. My character has a command grab, so tick throws are a pretty decent part of my game plan as well. You know, but yeah, that's cool, King Red X. Definitely, I would encourage you to definitely, and the more time, thank you, CZ Lats, I appreciate you. But the more time you spend here, the more you'll probably learn from me about the topics. When I was in high school, I identified as an anarchist, and it was more so about like just hating authority and, you know, wanting to do my own thing, not liking my teachers, not liking having to be forced to go to school and work and all that stuff. But as I developed into an adult and I learned more about politics and so on and so forth, I understood that there's actually a very rich and deep history when it comes to anarchism and anarchist thought, and especially as a black person amongst the African diaspora, when it comes to anarchist like praxis, or what's called anarchata politics, right? And it's basically just the idea that people don't need to be controlled in order to do what's right and survive. And it also comes hand in hand with ecology. So a little bit more holistic way of looking at your relationship with your environment and the land that you live on, and food production, and, you know, reducing waste and pollution, and so on and so forth. And just kind of, you know, it falls under the umbrella of communism. And communism is a scary word. You're taught to think that communism is like brutal authoritarianism where, you know, you're not allowed to have any free thought. Everything has to be exactly the same, and all this crazy nonsense that the government wants you to believe, because communism is the greatest threat to the United States government, and it has been, and that's why the government expends so much time and energy into destroying communism abroad, as well as creating disinformation and propaganda to keep people in the dark in terms of the benefits that things like unions and, you know, strikes and so on and so forth have. Hey, Stealth Intel, good to see you. And, you know, there's lots of ways that the powers that be, so to say, will encourage us to be at each other's throats, so we never realize that, hey, there's these fucking rich, fucking elite pieces of shit that are controlling everything and fucking the world up and fucking everything up. So they'll encourage transphobia, they'll encourage homophobia, they'll encourage racism, they'll encourage misogyny, all these things in society that just turn the working class, like the people that actually do the hard work, have us at each other's throats, as opposed to realizing that we are actually the ones that hold all the power in this country, not the wealthy elites, not the politicians in DC or in the ivory towers of whatever capitals in this country, whatever. No, yeah, so communism literally is just a classless, moneyless, stateless society. So communism is, if you were to live in a communist world, it would be a world where you don't have to use money to get what you need, especially things like healthcare or food or housing. These are things that will be provided to you. It's a world where there's no class, so you wouldn't have people that have like fucking designer jets while people live on the streets. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have all this food that gets wasted while people go hungry. You wouldn't have abandoned houses that don't get used because the owners of those houses can't make money off of them while people are homeless in the streets. You wouldn't have that, and you wouldn't have a government that can be used to uphold and protect these people. Yeah, exactly, Balenciaga barf bag. Yeah. So that's literally just the definition of communism. Now there are parties around the world that will use communism in their name. So like there will be a communist party, the same way that like let's see. So like the same way that the National Socialists, the Nazis were the National Socialists, right? They have socialism in their name, but they were not socialist in practice, right? Sometimes there will be parties that use communist in their name, but they are not socialist or communist in practice, or maybe they started off trying to move their particular area towards socialism or communism, but got sidetracked along the way, or hijacked somehow along the way, right? But yeah, the common thing that I always hear that people who don't like communism say is that the communism is when the government controls everything. Right? And even if that were the case, right? If the government controlled everything, you can vote ostensibly, which means you kind of have a say in what gets done with everything since it's all under the control of the government. Under our current system, corporations control everything. And what the fuck are you going to tell Jeff Bezos to do? What are you going to tell Elon Musk to do? Pretty please, Mr. CEO, can you please stop dumping nuclear waste in my city's waterways? Like, it's absurd. Most of the time people say X is a problem under communism, and most of the time X is problem. Yeah, exactly, Stealth Intel. A lot of the things that people say that they're afraid of under communism is shit that they already go through under capitalism. Right? Like, the United States of America is the only modern world where you have to pay for healthcare. It's really messed up out here, but it's getting better. It's getting better. I would like to believe it's getting better, at least. So I will believe that. Absolutely not, King Red X. Nah, you have to. So here's how healthcare works in this country. You get insurance through your job, right? You still have to pay for it, but you get it at a reduced cost when you do it through your job. So if you lose your job, you lose your healthcare, which means that if you get an accident at work or something like that, you are fucked. And if you get hurt and you don't have insurance, you're even more fucked. Because then you owe the hospital or whatever a shitload of money, and you could actually go into pretty serious debt off of a hospital bill. Barring that, say for example you're a diabetic and you need insulin, you have to pay for your insulin. Something that you need to live, something you need to survive. You have to pay for that shit. If you're disabled, say you're like you have an accident, you're paralyzed from the waist down, something like that, and you want to get a power wheelchair, you have to pay out the fucking nose to get a power wheelchair or a prosthesis or something like that. It's absurd in this country. It's because Insurance companies have our government in the pocket. Thank you for the light, KN. Rest in peace.
Time's up, punk.
Round 2. Fight!
I wouldn't say class consciousness is getting better. Oh, I gotta try hard for this match against the Sindel. And then I'll... Nope. Why would you do the same thing over and over again? Privatized healthcare is garbage.
Fight! Finish her!
Fear reels, yes, exactly. Yeah, so I would say class consciousness is getting better if we didn't have so many of the same social ills that we have. Because class consciousness, to me, if you you can't have class consciousness without intersectionality. To me, it's just not possible. It's just not a thing. Like, I'm not willing to organize with people who don't see me as human, whether we're talking about gender or race or what have you. You know what I mean? So we have a long way to go with, especially with transphobia in this country, for sure, 1000%. Let me beat this fucking Sindel's ass real quick. Nope.
All right, let's do this.
Round 2. Fight!
Nope. Nope, good game. I whip my hair. Oh, how do you do it? How do you do it? Okay. Oh, I was too close.
Jax wins.
If you have a heart condition, so if you have a heart condition, if you were born with that heart condition, you're under your parents' insurance until you're 26, right? So if your parents are working and they have good insurance and they're paying for insurance, then you're good. You don't have to worry about it. But if they, for whatever reason, lose their job, you are fucked. And they might straight up tell you, nah, you can't afford the medication or the treatment for your heart condition. Well, sorry. GG's, rest in peace. That's kind of how it works here. Now, there is like, so if you go to the hospital, basically what will happen is you can you can't get any preventative type of medicine. So like if you have a heart condition, they won't just let you die. You know what I'm saying? Like essentially what happens is you have to be near death, and then you go to the emergency room and they treat you once you're in the emergency room, and then after you get out of the ER, they bill you and you just live your life in crippling fucking debt to whatever ER or whatever. Join rooms, Gorilla Heart. What room? Your grandparents took care of you and they're both retired? Yeah, so like you could be on, if they in America, if they had insurance through like Medicaid or something like that, you could be on that for until you're 26. Then you would have to apply for it yourself if you couldn't afford it. And like I said, then you would only get a discounted price on it, because currently in the United States there is no public option and there's no socialized medicine. So everything in the health and like everything in when it comes to healthcare costs money. So like I was saying, if you can't afford your preventative care, if there's like a medication that you take or a certain therapy that you need or a machine that you need, you can't afford it, so you can't buy it. So what'll end up happening is once your condition becomes directly life-threatening, so you have like heart arrhythmia or something like that, you have to go to the hospital. And then because we have the Hippocratic Oath or whatever, they can't just let you die on the front steps, so they have to take you in and treat you, but they'll bill you after the fact. So after you leave the hospital, you'll fucking wish you were dead, because you'll be like $8,000 in debt from that point on. Oh yeah, Akuma's actually right, because the hospitals are for profit. They will charge you on top of what the medication or the therapy costs, because they have to make money to stay open. So yeah. All right, I'm in the pit. Yeah, drug companies have patents, the vaccine being a current prime example. The reason why people are dying in droves in India and all these countries in Africa and stuff is because Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson have patents on their vaccines. So what seems like a no-brainer, right? You would just give the vaccine away, or if the countries themselves don't have the means to produce or store vaccines, you would give them the means to do so. No, you can't do that, because that's not how you make money. You got to make money, or else what's the point, right? Which one's you? Gorilla Heart? C Money is you? My username is Endless Cemetery. Your medicine's like $500 a bottle, and you have 3 bottles, so $1,500 a month. You would have to come up with that. If you couldn't come up with $1,500 a month, you would just have to wait till you're about to die, basically, and then go to the emergency room and then let them treat you. And then when you leave, they charge you like $10,000. Johnson & Johnson is safe with the blood clotting and all. I wouldn't go that far.
Jax.
I wouldn't go that far. It's like a pretty crazy low percentage of people who get the blood clots. It's not to say that doesn't happen with Johnson & Johnson, but I don't think it's
Deadpool.
your chances of getting blood clots from the Johnson & Johnson vaccine are lower than your chances of catching and dying from COVID, I think. Yeah, that's true too. Drug companies also pay off and bribe prescribing doctors. So the doctors will prescribe you shit you might not need or want because they're getting a kickback from those companies. So that's why we have the opioid problem here, is because doctors were just prescribing people Percocets and shit. Good round. The issue was with women.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah.
Need a medic.
Nice cross up.
Finish him. Friendship. Jax wins.
Good. It was a good game. Good game. Kuma.
Round 1, fight.
Oof. Like King of the Hill? Yeah, I'll think about that. Kept whiffing my command grab right there.
Ready for this?
Round 2, fight. Finish him. Brutality.
Damn, that's gotta sting.
Jax wins.
Good game.
Round 1, fight.
You're getting shared.
Ooh, good read.
I'm smoking.
Nice. Good try.
Time's up, punk.
Round 2, 2, fight.
Nice. Ooh, nice. Good read.
Not myth.
Final round. Fight!
Thank you for the like, Vitor.
Finish him! Friendship. Jax wins.
Who messes with the healthcare? It's literally just the insurance companies. They're the ones that make things the way they write the legislation and send it to the politicians to pass. They pay off the politicians to pass those legislations.
Sonya's got a lot of faith in you.
And that's why it is the way it is, because rich people can afford health insurance. They don't care. Thank you, Vitor. Good try.
Round 2. Fight! Finish him! Brutality.
Good game.
Now that's just sad.
Jax wins.
My next tournament match is coming up in a minute, though, so I'm probably only gonna have time for like 1 or 2 more. No, it's not like that in Canada at all. In Canada, they have socialized medicine, so it's free at the point of service in Canada, which means that when you go to the hospital or you have any type of procedure or therapy or something done, you don't have to pay anything.
Baraka.
Now, you pay a little bit more in taxes to have that service be free at the point of service, but yeah,
Jax.
it doesn't. And that's how they swindle us here in the States, is they convince us that
Chronicles.
I actually have to. That was my tournament match right there. We'll play some more after I finish this match. Sorry about that. How can I beat so much? I don't know. I play really cheaply with Jax. Yeah, Gorilla Heart, good game. If you want to play after I finish this match, this is going to be my last tournament match because I lost my second match. So I don't think I'm going to rank high enough to have to play at midnight. So I'll play a couple more rounds after this one, and then I appreciate everybody coming through, watching, and hanging out. If you want to see me play more, I go live every night, weeknights, Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. I talk about the news. I talk about anarchism. I talk about socialism, communism. Talk about anarchist politics, Pan-Africanism, all that good stuff. I read the news and all that, and I play video games. Monday nights, I do these Mortal Kombat tournaments, but throughout the rest of the week, I play Hunt Showdown. I might play some other stuff. There's a game called Scavengers that just came out. It's pretty cool. I've been into. Go hard? Oh, I always go hard in these tournament matches, Gorilla Heart. I'm sweaty. Matter of fact, let me take my shirt off. Or my hoodie off. It's like, nah. I'm going to keep it on. That's why I was keeping it on, because I forgot the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now is not playing nice with my green screen. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through, watching, and checking it out. I hope you enjoy what you watch, and I hope I offer you some content that you relate to and enjoy. But yeah, like I said, 10 p.m. weeknights, Eastern Standard Time. I read the news and play video games with my own unique perspective, I guess. Which is really not so unique in the grand scheme of things, but... Anteater Eats Ants, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. You're watching on Facebook, go ahead and like and share and follow and all that good stuff. If you're watching on Twitch, please follow. You love America, but your medicine is more important? Yeah, I mean, see, I can't blame you for doing that, honestly. If you have a condition that necessitates that you need your medicine, then by all means. I think that you have to have a certain level of citizenship before... Well, actually, I don't even think that's true. I think you can just kind of go and get treatment, but... yeah. Until such time as we, at the very least, have a public option here in the United States, it's really not worth stay here if you have some kind of condition like diabetes or, you know, a heart condition or anything that requires you to have regular medical attention. I'm hoping this guy joins into this match soon.
Jax.
Oh, it's a mirror.
Jax.
Let's get it.
Shinnok's Bone Temple.
Let us get it. He's got the OG. He's got the OG pants. I got the OG arms. Uh-oh. No, you're not talking about your ass. You're not talking out your ass at all. It's perfectly reasonable to be concerned about your medicine, especially if you have something like a heart condition. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, you should be concerned about that. I would be concerned about that, especially if I couldn't get my medicine easily.
Black Dragon is going down.
Round 1. Fight.
Shut up in color. You should know better.
Good round.
You ready for this?
Blacks? He named him Blacks? Come on.
Fight.
I should up to. Ooh, I know he's mad.
Jax wins.
Ah, he's picking a different fighter. If he picks Shiva to try to ground stomp me, stomp spam me, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, Frost. Shao Kahn. Okay. Interesting.
Black Market Alley.
Your flunky really ticked me off.
Ermac was to kill you.
As if ripping my arms off would do it.
Round 1. Fight.
Good round. You got the Cassie skin? That's what's up. He wasted that. It won him the round. He's not going to have it this round, though.
Final round. Fight! Finish him!
Ah. Nah, I don't have the DLC characters. You can play as them as tournaments, I just don't have them. I never bothered to spend the money on them. So that's the tournament for me for tonight. I'm pretty sure, we'll check the standings. I'm pretty sure I didn't, make the top 8 this week. I lost my second match, so. I'll probably be pretty high up just because of how I beat the 3 people that I did beat. But, the standings right now are not going to be indicative of in any way of anything that I've done. It's basically it's going to change around midnight. Oh, is it 11:42? Yeah, there's a lot of people that haven't even finished their matches yet. So by the time midnight rolls around, I'll be slid way farther down than what's listed here. There are 516 players who signed up for this tournament, but only 281 checked in. So whatever place I have is going to be out of 281 people. Yeah, we can do a King of the Hill really quick. What time is it? 11:42? Yeah, do like 1 or 2 matches. Yeah, see, I'm in 24th place there. 24th's not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. There's our friend Blackout. Number 10. Ice Scorpion up there as usual. Biohazard up there as usual. Emperor Aztec, of course. Yeah, I'll join a room. I'll join Black Dragon Fight Club. I might actually have to call it a night tonight. Unless this is you right here, Poke VL.
Motherfucking god. Dang. Shang Tsung, Liu Kang.
Nah, I don't feel like. Oh, I should have backed out because somebody already left. It's cool though. It's not okay. Yeah, I guess just Cutter Land. I wonder if I can invite you once I get into the Koth. What's your name on here, King Red X? That's you. Oh, this is you? Okay. Salt. I thought that was a microphone for a second, but it's salt. That's funny.
Liu Kang. Raiden. Goro's lair.
Uh-oh, we got Dead Liu Kang versus Evil Raiden.
Round 1. Fight.
It's fine. It depends on how good these kids are. If I can keep King, then we can just play here, just like one match. And then I'm gonna hop off for tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate you all coming through and I'm guessing I might be king for a little while on here. This dude's like not even staggering that string. And they're just doing raw super special moves. Ooh.
Round 2. Fight.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm about to play a little bit differently than these kids. Yeah, I think I'm about to play just a little bit differently than them.
Final round. Fight.
I stream Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it would be like 9 p.m. your time if you're in Illinois. But it's 10 p.m. New York time, 10 p.m. New York time, Monday through Friday. That's typically when I stream. I actually have a schedule.
Finish him. Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, thanks, Balenciaga Barfbag. I appreciate you. You have a good night. What's up, Red Boy? How you feeling, Red Boy? I'm also red. I appreciate the red. I love the red.
Sub-Zero.
I'm more black than red, clearly, but I fuck with the red.
Liu Kang.
Yeah, King Red X. I'm pretty sure they're just in here spamming. We'll see what happens. I'll run the Koth till midnight, and then, well, I won't run the Koth. I'll stay in until like midnight. Or I'll stay in either until I lose or until midnight. One of the two, whichever comes first. See if the Sub-Zero is good.
Your fire won't burn me, Liu Kang.
My kicks will break you.
Or break your ankle.
Round 1. Fight.
Wow, I guess he doesn't know that that's plus on black.
It's true, not myth.
Round 2. Fight.
This Liu Kang is definitely just spamming.
Finish him.
You barely play against any Jax players?
Liu
Yeah.
Kang
Well, at least you'll get plenty of practice, because Jax is the only character I play as, pretty much. I play as Jax and Scarlet. Thanks for the stars, Brian DeSwan. I appreciate you.
Noob Saibot.
I guess I'm up next.
Liu Kang. Deadpool.
Who do you main, King Red X, or who do you play as, rather? Yeah, I feel that, King Red X. It usually takes me a few seconds to figure out what the spammers are doing, but I don't often lose to spammers. Sometimes I do. The only spam I really lose to is Shiva's jump spam, like stomp spam, and I'm pretty good at avoiding that now. I don't know what these kids are doing. I appreciate the share, Brian. I really appreciate that.
It's true, not myth.
Round 2. Fight.
No combos, I guess? These kids aren't even using combos. Melina, sometimes Johnny Cage, sometimes Kano. That's chill. Thank you for the like. Yeah, this Liu Kang is just spamming. Oh wow. Sheesh.
Finish him. Liu Kang wins.
I'm up next. That gets a 1, by the way. I'm giving them a 1 for that. Rambo is nice. I like Rambo. I like the way Rambo looks. I wish I might buy the DLC. It really depends. If I get a PS5, I'll probably buy the ultimate joint with a PS5. Just so I can get all the characters and just get them all at once. Get all the costumes and everything too.
Liu Kang. Jax.
Had to make sure I picked the right variation.
Colosseum Beast Pen. Round 1. Fight.
Oh, he brainless that. Nope. The round. Yeah, the movies are pretty cool. I've only really seen Rambo. I haven't really seen, I don't remember the first one. The first ones with any real depth.
Brutality. Jax wins.
Hey, thank you for the like, Taislin. I hope I pronounced your name right. I apologize if not, but I appreciate the like. No respect. Those kids are mad. Those kids are quite upset.
Jax.
Thank you for the like, Cody. I appreciate you.
Melina.
Hold on. Obrigado. I don't speak Portuguese, though. I enjoy this game. I think it's worth it.
Tell me how to defeat Liu
See,
Kang.
I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say yes in Portuguese.
Then you trade your life for his.
Round 1. Fight.
Good round. Nah, I don't speak Portuguese, sorry.
Round 2. Fight.
This game is good, though. I hit the translate. I do think MKX is worth buying, for sure.
I'm pulling rank.
Finish her. Mercy.
Nice combo.
Finish her.
MKX is very expensive, yes. Good game. You didn't let me flawless you, and that's something.
Jax wins.
I hate getting flawless. Yeah, almost. Good game, though. I'll beat everybody real quick so we can get one more match.
Sonya. Jax.
Stand down.
Oh, I forgot my chapstick is. I gotta buy a new chapstick.
Kotal's Coliseum.
My chapstick rolled off onto the floor, and I don't know where it went.
Round 1. Fight.
What the fuck?
Shut up and color.
I actually don't have MK Ultimate. I have the original MK. I bought it the day it came out, so I only paid $65 for it. Ooh, robbed. The robbery.
Time's up, punk.
The robbery.
Round 2. Fight.
That was a whiff command grab.
I'm smoking you. You're getting shelled. Get some.
$2.99? That's expensive.
Damn, that's got a sting.
Jax wins.
That is expensive. Quite expensive. Zero respect. Oh, there we go. 10.
Jax.
It's all good, King Red X.
Liu Kang.
Uh-oh. You're the only person giving me a 10? Yeah, they seem pretty upset. But that's okay.
Retro Kid.
They don't have to like me. They just have to keep giving me these W's. This game is perfect. Yes, I agree. It's an amazing game. I love this game. It's not, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I definitely really enjoy this game. There are some things I wish were different about it, but it is a really good game.
I'm not a soldier, Major.
The White Lotus signed a pact.
To cooperate, not take orders.
Round 1. Fight.
Your skills going Elvis.
Give you a minute to look at your combos? Okay, sure.
Fight.
The Bonk Club. I didn't play Watch Dogs 2. I liked Watch Dogs 1, but I didn't play Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, these kids seem pretty upset. But this is the only way you get better at the game, is just by getting your cheeks slapped over and over again by a cheek buster. Alrighty. I will have to relinquish my throne after
Johnny Cage.
the game after you. Pick someone that you're actually good with.
Retro Kid.
That's a pretty cool Johnny Cage skin. I like that skin.
Call me Captain Cage.
You just play one on TV.
Busted! I knew you were a fan.
Round 1. Fight.
Showtime!
Yes. I'm in the United States. It's okay. It's okay. Your English is fine.
All right, let's do this.
Round 2. Fight.
I'll try to speak slow and simply.
Starts fading.
Stand in.
Yeah, it is expensive. I haven't done that yet tonight. How much is a PS4 here? I want to say they're like 300 now. It's all good, King Red X. It was a good game.
Jax.
Uh-oh, we got the hidden cursor. Got the sweat. Somebody sweaty in here now.
Retro Kid.
What's up, Infinity Gamer? Shut up. No. No. I'm going to continue to talk. Sorry. I am loser. Oh, okay. Alright, Infinity Gamer.
Fight.
You're mad. You will report for what? Oh, we got the stomp spammer. Nope, not this time, bud. Nope, you thought you were gonna win doing that goofy shit.
Get up and fight.
You thought you were gonna win.
Round 2. Fight.
You're getting shelled.
Stand, coward.
Final round. Fight.
Nope, you thought you were gonna win.
Damn.
Don't spam me.
Jax wins.
You thought you were gonna win with all that spam. You thought you were gonna win. Do something else. Pick a different character. Don't jump spam no more. It's not cool. Alright, one more game and I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Cabal. Jax. Retrocade.
Retrocade. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, that was on me. Oh, well. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and end it on that note. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Thanks for the support, as always. Shout out to Tazlin. Shout out to King Red X for being here. Shout out to Kuma. Shout out to Infinity Gamer. You're a goofball, but I love you anyway. Shout out to Red Boy. Shout out to Gorilla Heart. Thanks for the game. Shout out to Vitor. Shout out to Big Richard Lizard Man. He wasn't here, but he was here in spirit. Yeah, you have a good night too, King Red X. And everybody else, be safe, be well, and I'll see